functions of colors in Superhot virtual reality game. Welcome. Colors. Yes, colors play a very important role in helping you navigate through the Superhot VR computer game. You walk through a gray world, but the sudden glimpse of red makes you pause. Time stops. You turn to face a crystalline red form down the street. As you aim your crosshairs on it, this enemy raises its handgun and fires at you. You stop, and the black bullet coming for you is frozen 10 feet away. You could fire back, taking out the red opponent before he moves, but then you may not be able to dodge the bullet hanging before you. Unlike most first-person shooters, the world only moves when you do, with time stopping when you stop. And unlike most first-person shooters, the graphics are stripped of all distractions. All that's left, raw violence. Gray, red, and black colors were used in Superhot game from its inception. It's about sending a clear, simple message: the red guys are the enemies. Shoot them. The rooms and streets of Superhot are white and gray. Within the stark setting, enemies that appear cut from gleaming red glass dash out to defeat you. They do not hide in shadows, they do not get lost in a crowd of other people in colorful clothes. They stand out instantly, immediately requiring your attention. And your body and your weapons are black set against the white world along with other objects that you can interact with, also in black. The decision to use the limited colors and character models has more than a visual impact. It fundamentally changes the nature of a shooter. All distraction falls away. The player focuses solely on firing black bullets at red enemies moving in a white world. The unique mechanic of time only moving when the player does turns this twitchy world into a game of strategy. You pause to decide which direction to run as you dodge a bullet or to reach for a gray obstacle to use as cover as you shoot whichever of the red enemies. These choices made, you have to suddenly leap into motion, bringing the world back to life, and see if your strategy works, and you survive. Time is an ally for the player, and the color scheme that's used in Superhot is helpful too. Bright colors are key characters, helping players stay focused on where their enemies are, and the direction of the ammo aimed right at them. Red is color used for enemies and their bullets. Black is used for the color of weapons, and the space where you move around is white and gray. Although an action-packed game, Superhot could benefit from a couple of tweaks. To start, Superhot does not fully use the potential of Vive's facial recognition. The player never moves in the game. The avatar is usually stationary, and the only part of the avatar, or your body, that really moves is the arms when picking up weapons or punching enemies. This game also asks for a setup that requires a large field area, giving you the impression that you'd be moving when you aren't. You should also note that Superhot can be very repetitive, and not in favor of players. If you get shot or hurt by hostiles, you have to restart the game from your last checkpoint. That means going back and doing multiple levels again before you get back to the current level you were on. That's annoying and frustrating, particularly as you start getting up to harder levels. It just feels like you're stuck in an endless limbo. Overall, Superhot is certainly fun to play, particularly for those who like first-person shooter VR games. Now you know. Thanks.